NCIS, Season 24's confirmed cast change officially starts a new era. CBS is starting a new era for NCIS as Season 24 is confirmed to have an expanded cast. After a period of identity crisis, it seemed like the procedural finally found its footing again in the 2025 to 2026 TV cycle, although that meant subjecting MCRT to some grueling experiences. Of course, there was the death of Leon Vance during NCIS's 500th episode following the agency's surprise shutdown, but other smaller but still consequential events include the introduction of Timothy McGee's secret son of 18 years, Mateo, as well as Nick Torres's reunion with Ellie Bishop. Moving on to NCIS Season 24, the evolution of the series will continue, although it feels like it's the final stretch of the process. The procedural has been on this painful journey ever since it had to say goodbye to Mark Harmon's Leroy Jethro Gibbs 5 years ago. Without its longtime anchor, the show needed to find its new identity. Going into the next cycle, more changes to its ensemble are expected, as confirmed by Wilmer Valderrama. This will mark a new era for the long-running project. The Torres actor recently revealed that NCIS Season 24 will see some major changes, and there are some major additions. Understandably, he didn't get into specifics about what that will look like, but the final part of his comment stands out, as it means that there will be new faces joining the cast. From the sound of it, these fresh characters won't simply be guest stars, but at the very least recurring players. Assuming that this is correct, this will mark the first time that CBS is revamping the MCRT since Jessica Knight joined on the heels of Gibbs's retirement in Alaska. Because of how transformative losing Harmon was, it was important to maintain stability for the show in the aftermath of his departure. Ducky Mallard's exit in NCIS Season 21 reflected David McCallum's death in real life. Beyond those, however, CBS kept things as they are, until Vance's untimely demise in the 500th episode. His tragic passing paved the way for Gabriel LaRoche to come back. But based on Valderrama's comment, it's likely that the expansion will come through entirely new characters instead of returning ones. Adding new characters to an ensemble always comes with risks, but for a show like NCIS that has been on the air for over 2 decades, cast reshuffling is nothing new. It has gone through so many changes in its ensemble over its history, and impressively, it has stood the test of time. Still, there are pros and cons to changing its working ensemble, especially at this point in its history. For starters, it threatens to disrupt a well-established team that is now the core of the series. Secondly, adding new characters could take away screen time from its existing players, especially at a time when cost-cutting is so prevalent on network TV. On the flip side, infusing new blood into NCIS will keep things fresh and interesting, even for longtime fans. This has been a well-known strategy for long-running shows on traditional broadcast. Additionally, it will help the series be future-proof. Some of the actors have been in the project for over a decade, and there's always a possibility that they might want to walk away from it. As lucrative as it is to star on a network series, the working hours are also rigorous. For more than 2 decades, NCIS has survived something that very few television dramas ever accomplish. It has weathered cast departures, creative reinventions, changing television trends, and the loss of beloved characters while continuing to attract millions of loyal viewers. Yet as Season 24 approaches, the long-running procedural appears to be standing at the edge of one of its biggest transformations yet. The signs have been impossible to ignore. Following the explosive Season 23 finale, multiple reports have pointed towards significant cast changes, while series star Wilmer Valderrama has openly teased that a major shakeup is coming. The actor has even suggested that fans may not be entirely happy with some of the developments waiting for them when the show returns. For longtime viewers, that warning feels familiar. NCIS has always evolved through change, but this time, the transition feels different. This isn't simply another character exit or a temporary storyline twist. Season 24 may officially mark the beginning of an entirely new era. For years, NCIS was defined by a core group of characters that created the show's identity. The series was once anchored by Gibbs, whose leadership style shaped the team's culture. Even after the departure of Gibbs, portrayed by Mark Harmon, the series continued to maintain strong connections to its past. However, the roster entering season 24 looks dramatically different from the team viewers first fell in love with. Recent reporting suggests that season 23 effectively served as the final chapter for several long-running storylines. Meanwhile, the future of some familiar faces remains uncertain following the shocking cliffhanger that closed the season. When a series reaches its 24th season, change becomes inevitable. The challenge isn't avoiding change, it's making that change feel meaningful. The season 23 finale left fans with a question that continues to dominate discussions across the fandom. Who got shot? The confrontation involving Nick Torres and Mateo ended with a gunshot ringing out, but viewers were left without answers. The mystery immediately became one of the biggest cliffhangers in recent NCIS history. What's especially intriguing is that producers have already indicated that no major character was killed during the finale itself. That doesn't mean everyone is safe. Instead, it suggests that season 24 will begin by exploring the consequences of that violent moment. The uncertainty surrounding Torres has become a central talking point because Wilmer Valderrama's comments hint that major changes are still ahead. Rather than calming fears, his interviews have only intensified speculation. If a beloved character leaves, it could fundamentally reshape the team dynamic. And that may be exactly the point. One of the biggest indicators that NCIS is entering a new chapter is the continued evolution of Alden Parker's leadership. Since joining the series, Gary Cole has faced the nearly impossible task of succeeding Gibbs. At first, many fans naturally compared the two characters. But over time, Parker has established his own identity. Instead of trying to replicate Gibbs's stoic authority, Parker has brought a different style to the team. More collaborative, more conversational, and often more emotionally accessible. Season 24 appears poised to complete that transition. Rather than existing in Gibbs's shadow, Parker's team may finally become the definitive version of NCIS for a new generation of viewers. That shift alone represents a significant milestone for the franchise. Perhaps the most revealing clue came from Valderrama himself. When discussing season 24, he didn't simply mention changes. He specifically teased major additions. Those two words carry enormous implications. New characters create new relationships. New relationships create new conflicts. And new conflicts create fresh storytelling opportunities. After 23 seasons, even the strongest procedural needs occasional reinvention. Introducing fresh personalities allows writers to challenge established characters in ways that wouldn't otherwise be possible. A newcomer might question Parker's leadership. A new agent could clash with McGee's experience. Someone arriving from outside the organization might expose weaknesses the team has overlooked. Every addition creates possibilities, and possibilities are what keep a series alive. As the cast continues to evolve, one character stands out as the emotional bridge between the past and future. Timothy McGee. Portrayed by Sean Murray, McGee has transformed from an inexperienced probationary agent into the veteran heart of the series. Today, he represents continuity in a way no other active character can. Viewers have watched him grow professionally and personally across decades. That history gives him a unique role heading into season 24. While newer agents help move the show forward, McGee serves as a reminder of where NCIS came from. His presence ensures that even as the franchise changes, its identity remains intact. Many television dramas struggle after major cast departures. Some never recover. Others become trapped trying to recreate past success. NCIS has consistently avoided that trap because it embraces evolution rather than resisting it. The show's longevity isn't built on keeping everything the same. It's built on knowing when to change. Season 24 arrives at a moment when audiences are craving surprises. Familiar formulas still matter, but viewers also want reasons to stay invested after hundreds of episodes. The upcoming cast changes provide exactly that opportunity. Whether those changes involve departures, promotions, new recruits, or unexpected alliances, they signal a willingness to take risks. And risk is often where great television begins. As NCIS prepares to launch its 24th season, the message coming from the cast and production team is remarkably clear. Big things are coming. The cliffhanger remains unresolved. New characters appear to be on the horizon. Existing relationships may be tested like never before. Most importantly, the series seems ready to embrace the future rather than cling to the past. That doesn't mean forgetting the legacy that made NCIS a television institution. Instead, it means building on that foundation. Every great era eventually ends, but sometimes the ending of one era becomes the beginning of something even better. For NCIS, Season 24 may be remembered as the moment the franchise officially turned the page and started writing its next chapter.